5 suspects have so far been identified, arrested, and detained and interrogated on their alleged roles in the sequence of events that led to the death of the singer. The summary is as follows. Ms. Feyisayo Ogedengbe is the auxiliary nurse who was contacted and invited by BADMUS, aka Spending, a friend of Mohbad, on 11 September 2023 to treat the singer at the deceased residence in Lekki. She eventually came on Tuesday, 12 September 2023 and administered 3 different injections, which are believed to have occasioned the chain of reactions that directly resulted in the eventual death of the singer. She is the principal suspect in the death of Mohbad. She acknowledged that it was the injections that she administered on the deceased that triggered the reactions which eventually led to Mohbad's death. Other expert opinions and witnesses' statements corroborated her admittance. Her actions of administering doses of tetanus toxoid, paracetamol, intravenous, and cetrazone injection, which was also administered intravenous on Mohbad at his residence, that's Mohbad's residence, on 12 September 2023, immediately triggered the reactions including vomiting, goosebumps, and convulsions that eventually resulted in the singer's death. This criminal liability is further heightened, granted the evidential fact that as an auxiliary nurse, she is not qualified to administer such medications or function as a qualified nurse. She also did this in a non-clinical environment and in a professionally negligent manner that negated standard medical protocols. 2. Mr. Sodiq, aka Spending. Sodiq is a friend to Mohbad who invited the auxiliary nurse to treat the deceased. He is being suspected of conspiracy in the death of the singer. His action in inviting a person known to him as an auxiliary nurse to attend to the deceased under a non-clinical setting occasioned Mohbad's death. He is being held for conspiracy to commit felony. Ibrahim Oluwatosin Owodunni, aka PrimeBoy, is a childhood friend of Mohbad. He attended the show at Ikorodu in Mohbad's company on 10 September 2023. At the end of the show, Mohbad and Ibrahim were engaged in a violent fight, during which Mohbad was injured. The management of the injury subsequently resulted in his death. So he's being treated as a suspect. Samson Balogun Eletu, aka Sam Larry, is a suspect who was arrested on allegation of being complicit in the death, as well as in relation to the videos that have gone viral about bullying and assault, which in some quarters we believe perhaps had any link with his eventual death. He was arrested, he's still in detention. Abdulaziz Fashola, aka Naira Marley, was also arrested and is still currently in detention for similar allegations.
So the police has revealed today that the auxiliary nurse who injected Mohbad she's the prime suspect, in Mohbad's death. The Nigerian Police Force Lagos Command has announced that the auxiliary nurse, her name is Feyisayo Ogedengbe, who injected Mohbad, she is the prime suspect in Mohbad's death. This was revealed today. You have watched the video already. The Lagos State Police Commissioner Idowu Owohunwa made this known while briefing the media about the ongoing investigation into Mohbad's death. Today we are waiting for the result of the autopsy. They say they are still waiting for the result of the autopsy and toxicology. But the main thing that you can know today in their press release is that the auxiliary nurse, she's a prime suspect in Mohbad's death. So he explained that 5 suspects have so far been identified, arrested, detained, and interrogated on their alleged roles in the sequence of events that led to the death of Mohbad. The police CP in Lagos said Miss Feyisayo Ogedengbe is the auxiliary nurse who was contacted and invited by Ayobami Sadiq, also known as Pending, a friend of Mohbad, on 11th of September 2023 to treat Mohbad, at his residence in Lekki. The lady eventually came to auxiliary nurse on 12th of September, that's Tuesday, and administered 3 different injections, which are believed to have caused a chain reaction that directly resulted in the death of Mohbad. That's why you advise people to stop going to all these auxiliary nurses. Go for a registered nurse. Stop going to pharmacies to just pick any drug and drink. Get recommendation from it. Go to the doctor to prescribe drugs for you. Health is well, they say. This life is like a vapor. In the Bible is stated. Before you know it, someone could die. And from blaming Naira Marley, Sam Larry to have used juju or whatever thing to that led to the death of Mohbad. Now the attention is now focused on the auxiliary nurse who injected different kinds of drugs in the body of Mohbad. The police says she is the principal suspect in the death of Mohbad. Police also said that she acknowledged that it was the injections that she administered on Mohbad that triggered the reactions which eventually led to Mohbad's death. Other expert opinions and witness statements corroborated her admittance. Not just that, so she administered doses of tetanus toxoid, paracetamol, IV, and cetirizine injections, and many other stuff like tetanus toxoid, paracetamol, and cetirizine injection on Mohbad. So which caused a kind of reaction, and the guy was vomiting, convulsing as it was revealed by the witnesses. It resulted in his death. Not just that, police revealed that what led to the injury that made them to invite the auxiliary nurse to inject Mohbad was a fight between Mohbad and PrimeBoy, who now is a prime suspect. PrimeBoy had fought with Mohbad after his show in Ikorodu. Maybe it was his show with the general's bitters, all this kind of alcoholic drink. So I saw a video of Cubana chief priest with this Mohbad, I think, and some other artists they invited to do a promotion for the general bitters. So it was probably after that show or some other show that Mohbad was invited and he performed that he fought with PrimeBoy. According to reports, what the policeman reviewed, you've watched the video, Mohbad fought with PrimeBoy. PrimeBoy got him injured, and it was the injury he sustained, in the fight with PrimeBoy, that he was bleeding. Some eyewitnesses, I'm not going to be categorical. I'm not going to state what the policemen did not say, but it was as a result of the injury that made the people to invite the auxiliary nurse, who now gave him this injection that brought a lot of complications that resulted to his death. So if we are to just say, to state clearly, who is involved in Mohbad's death, it's no longer Naira Marley and Sam Larry. It's between PrimeBoy and the auxiliary nurse, because first PrimeBoy fought with him, gave him an injury, and it was the injury that made the people to invite the auxiliary nurse, and the auxiliary nurse gave the injection that triggered some kind of reactions. He was vomiting, and that was how he died. And not just that, even the person that invited the auxiliary nurse, there are so many registered nurses out there in Lagos, and when we are talking about a patient, we are talking about Mohbad, who the guy has money. At least he has money to be attended to by a registered nurse. If there's no registered nurse, he has money to go and meet a doctor. Nigeria is not like UK, it's not like USA, where before you could get a booking. before you can get a booking to see a doctor, you get time to see a doctor. It's quite difficult. But you know, in Nigeria, you can just walk into the hospital, and if your case is an emergency one, you see a doctor, you see a nurse. But it's so shameful and disgrace that we are even hearing this now. A guy who has made his money, he has a lot of money in his account. They can't. I mean, where is Mohbad's wife in all of this? Lately, they are now accusing his wife of having a hand in his death. So the question is, between the time he got injured and the time he was taken to auxiliary nurse, it's not even his wife that called the auxiliary nurse. How useful is Mohbad's wife to Mohbad? In all these scenarios, we are yet to see her role in maybe getting her husband treated. No way. A guy whose name they say his name is Sadiq, also known as Spending. He was the one that called Ayobami. Sadiq was the one that called the auxiliary nurse. Auxiliary nurse came. Auxiliary means he doesn't have any certificate. He's not even a registered nurse. No certificate of that he's passed through the 4 walls of nursing school. Nothing like that. He's not a registered nurse. So you can actually graduate as a nursing student, but you have to be registered. Now she didn't even graduate as a nurse, let alone being registered as a nurse. Just ordinary nurse. All this one, they go to all these quack places and learn nursing, how to give injection. That's all. They don't know which drug to administer. That was how this young man died. So the attention as of today, based on the report that the policemen gave, Sam Larry doesn't have a hand in Mohbad's death. Naira Marley doesn't have a hand in Mohbad's death. It's now between PrimeBoy, who is the prime suspect, who started the whole thing, beat Mohbad, got him injured. Auxiliary nurse was invited, and the auxiliary nurse gave. Or I don't believe that. Let's wait till the autopsy is out. We really know the kind of injection that was given to Mohbad. It could be poison. He must have been poisoned. So it's horrible how this whole thing is turning out to be. Let's hope and believe that the real truth will be discovered very soon.